Hi, my name is Antoinette, and I'm a grad student at Francis Marion University. And today I'll be doing an instructional video of how to implement instructional teaching into everyday play. So today, the activity that I'll be doing is painting. It's a real easy and fun activity to do. It doesn't take that many supplies. All you need is pretty much some paint, a paintbrush, paper, a paper plate or something to be able to dip your paint off of, and some water to clean your paintbrushes. So like I said, the paints that I have today, I just have a few, but please feel free to have an array of colors so that way your students will be able to, choose more colors um, of what they may like. So to begin getting your students to be able to get some instruction from the everyday play, one of the things that you can do is have requesting for the different items that they may need to begin this activity. So, for example, you can sit your student down and you can say, okay, we're going to start painting. What do you need to start painting your picture? And of course, one of the first things that they're going to need is a paintbrush. So they may say a paintbrush. You can also take that a step further. I have a bag of an array of different size paintbrushes. So I have a small one, I have a big one, and I also have a few that this is even smaller, but a few that can kind of help with making different circle shapes and things like that. So you can ask them about the size paintbrush that they may want. So you can say, do you want a big brush or do you want a small paintbrush? And if they're verbal, they'll be able to say, I want a small brush or a big brush. If they're nonverbal, you can, lay the items in front of them or show them, and they can just point to which size paintbrush they want. That can kind of help them label sizes and also kind of requesting at the same time that they want a paintbrush to begin their paint. Another thing as well that they will have to request is a piece of paper. So once they request that, you'll rip off your little piece of paper off your sketch pad and you can give them the paper. Another thing that they will be requesting is the paint that they need. That's another thing that they would, of course, need to start painting their picture. So they would say, I need paint. Let's take it a step further. You can get them to start labeling the different colors, and you can even ask them before you give it to them to kind of label all of the colors that you may have, or you can just simply get them to say, which color paint would you like to get first? So they could say yellow paint. So you would just hand them the yellow paint. If they're nonverbal, again, you can just lay out the different options that you have for them, and then just have them point to which paint color they would like to start off with. Um, Even again, before we go even further, to go with the paint colors, you can even have them have some receptive language in there. You can ask them, with your array of colors, you can say, "What's your favorite color?" And that will allow them to either say, yellow or blue or red or whatever color they may say is their favorite color. So that's another way to kind of get that receptive language kind of going. Um, Even when you start beginning to draw your picture of whatever they may draw, you can say, what color is the sun? And they'll respond and say yellow. Or what color are fire trucks? And they can say red. Just different things that you can kind of, point out why they're coloring, depending on what they're kind of picture you may be painting for that day. The thing I like about this paint as well is with this paint, you have to basically like kind of snap it open and it opens up, but it kind of allows for them to, if they struggle with opening this, allows them to have that time to request for help and say, I need help. Can you open if they're verbal? Or if you just see them struggling, you can say, do you need help? Say open. And you can have them sign for open, and then you can open the paint for them. So once you open up the paint, I already have a paper plate that already has some paint on it, but it also allows them to be able to, squeeze, which is another kind of motor skill that sometimes, kiddos have trouble with. So squeezing, you can just, you have them imitate you. You can say, do this, or you can just simply say, squeeze, squeeze, and they'll squeeze the bottle and paint will come out. So that's kind of good too, as far as just different motor skills to kind of practice with. So with our paintbrush, the way you can kind of have imitation skills kind of shown in there is basically with while you're painting. You can dip your paint and say, do this. and which is basically just a straight line, and you would have them imitate what you did, and they would do that. So you can do it again and be like, do this, and they would do that with their paint, which is a good imitation skill, so they can just kind of identify, okay, you're just going, a simple stroke down the paper with your paint. And if they've been doing good, with complying with all of your requests and your mands, and manding well, and any kind of picture that they want. And while they're doing that, you can also, if you know that they like numbers or like letters, you can kind of have them, label what different things are. So, for instance, if I did letters, I could write the letter A, letter B, to do with paint. So then you can show them, and you can say, what letter is this? What letter is that? What letter is this? Really good, with, asking them to label what these letters are. You can even take it a step further and have another kind of question of, all right, we have A, B, C. What comes after C? And then they would say D. If they're nonverbal, but they have that writing skill, you can even get them to try to write the letter D. And then, or you guys can, you can write the letter D once they tell you, and, can just kind of go from there, which is pretty good. Like you say, you can do this with letters, or you can also do this with numbers. But painting can bring a lot of different kind of instructional play while you're doing this activity. Things that we, may not even think about. Even with the letters and numbers, you can also do different shapes, and you can get them to kind of label the different shapes. You can get them to label the different colors that you use. Everything. It's just so much labeling and so much different questions you can ask. Even with once you complete the activity, you can then say, okay, we're all done painting. What do we need to do next? And then, you can have the activity of cleaning. Cleaning your area, and just kind of get them to get in the habit of, once you perform a task, to clean it up. So that's another good thing to kind of practice and get them into the routine of doing. So I hope you really learned a lot from this video. You kind of see how you can implement a lot of questioning and a lot of having them request for items, like I said, requesting for the paintbrush, the paint, the paper, imitating different things that you may draw, labeling different things, labeling the colors, labeling the things that you draw, the different items, the shapes, if you possibly get shapes. You can also have a lot of receptive language, like I said, asking them what their favorite color is, what colors are different things, even at your home or in school, what color shirt they have on, a lot of things that you can ask dealing with the different colors and different things like that. You can even ask them, if you're at a table, you can have them look at the table, like, what shape is the table? If you're drawing shapes, you can kind of use different things around you to kind of help them be able to identify different things like that, which is really awesome. So like I said, I hope you learned a lot from this video, and thank you.